This is the plaintiff, Jonathan Abrams. He says he purchased some rare furniture from the defendants. Now almost a year has passed and he's received nothing. They refuse to respond to him. They won't return his money and he's suing them here and now for the $2,850 he's owed. These are the defendants, William Ketterer and Josephine Espinda. William says they've been in business for 49 years and have serviced celebrities the likes of Brad Pitt and Kourtney Kardashian. They tried shipping the furniture to the plaintiff, but the guy wouldn't agree on a shipping company, and the stuff's been just sitting in their warehouse collecting dust, and the plaintiff's lucky they're not charging him for storage. They're accused of not being in ship shape.
All parties, please raise your right hand. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge of Maryland Leon is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Abrams, tell me what happened here.
So I had negotiated to purchase this table and 4 chairs back in October, and Bill had asked me, 2019, and Bill had asked me to wire the money to him, his wife's name, which I did, and they received the money. The plan was that he would pack them up and we would arrange a shipper to bring them for me. We had actually done a deal before of 2 lounge chairs, which took a bit of time, but we actually found the shipper together, and the shipper worked out really well, and the plan was to use the same shipper this time as well. Those were the furniture we bought the first time. I bought 2 of those.
That was the original. So
them.
These are, you bought 2 of these, which are really quite cool looking, and these are
and
from
I
the
got
50s.
Them.
And you got them, and that was your original purchase, and everything went well. And then the next purchase is these chairs, and it's back in October of 2019, and you never got them. And according to you, you've been trying to get them, and what is exactly his response?
Well, he was looking for boxes. He couldn't get them. There was COVID. And then I couldn't reach him, and I just needed them boxed up, and then I would arrange for the shipper to pick them up at my expense and take them to the warehouse I wanted them taken to.
Even though that wasn't, was that the original deal that you were going to pay for shipping or no?
Yes.
Oh, it was always a deal. Okay.
Even though in his listing he says free shipping, in the past we had spoken about that, and he says there was some technical reason why it says that. And just like last time, he boxed up the pieces. And once they were boxed, he would tell me when and where to send the shipper, and I would do that. And I never got that clarification that they were boxed, ready to go. And the whole time I said to him, Bill, if we can't do this, just give me the money back. I'm happy. And he never, at one time when I gave him the money, he got it. He wrote to me in an email, do you want me to take the listing down? Or before I made the purchase. I wired him the money. The listing is still up on Etsy. He hasn't removed it. So he hasn't marked those items as sold, unless he's got a second set.
Okay, Mr. Ketterer, tell me what's going on, sir.
Hi. He did buy the 2 lounge chairs, and he found the shipper, in their policy states, all freight shipping to be arranged and at the expense of the buyer. Items requiring buyer pickup.
Well, I don't think there's any dispute, though, about what the facts were between you folks. He is going to pay for shipping, but you were going to prepare them for shipping, right? Like that's what you said to him before he bought it.
No, I didn't say that.
Just like the first order, you were going to box them up, and that was the plan this time around too. I wasn't going to pay to box them up.
Mr. Ketterer, I look at your emails in October of 2019, and it looks to me like you are saying to him that you will take care of boxing them up. $28.50. I will make the invoice for whatever you suggest. I can start packing right away. I have used the shipping company you found twice since you found them with no problems. They have a new blanket wrap service and also white glove, not expensive. Or FedEx and I will triple wrap the legs. Either way, you could ask her about your claim also. So is Darlene who everybody wanted used on this shipping?
Yes, I wanted Darlene to pick it up like last time.
So you're mentioning Darlene, and as it turns out, what we find out is that Darlene wants them boxed, right? Because of their size, she was going to be using a forklift and she needed them boxed.
Right, but Darlene on 10/29/19 told me that they can no longer ship that way, that she made a mistake, that she actually got in trouble for doing that.
But that's not true, because I see an email by you to him on October 18th, where you say, I just called Darlene and gave her the dimensions and weight. She quoted me $255.75 for the 5 pieces. The white glove would be $850 blanket wrap. I will bring them home this weekend, start wrapping and hunting for boxes, etc. I will put an extra wrap on the legs of each piece. I hope to get it all together for you about the same time the wire transfer shows up. Darlene is all ready to go, just waiting for me to call her back when I have them packed up. So you knew already that they needed to be boxed, according to this. So what did Darlene say she wouldn't do anymore? Blanket wrap? Because it looks to me like you knew that on October 18th, which is pretty important because he pays you October 19th, right, Mr. Abrams?
Yep.
Yeah, but
right.
What happened
was... So he's relying on you saying, 5 boxes, I've spoken to Darlene, we're good to go. So...
Right. That was their policy before. They changed their.
I don't understand what you're saying. What did she change it to? Because right here it says boxes, okay? So it's very clear that that was part of the negotiation. You'd be boxing stuff. Now, what ends up happening? You go through your best efforts to try to find boxes, and how does that search go for you, Mr. Ketterer?
Well, I eventually found boxes, and he didn't want to pay for the boxes. He said, I don't want to pay for boxes that are just cardboard I'm going to throw away anyway.
By the way, let's look at October 25th, an email from you. Funds showed up yesterday. Table all wrapped and boxed. Chairs all wrapped up, waiting for my furniture store guy to call me with some boxes for chairs. So you clearly knew by the 18th and are reasserting by the 25th that you're going to box them. Now, let's look at a December email from you. On December 10th, you email him, the table is packed, but I need 4 boxes for the chairs. I can buy boxes from Box City, the only place I can find that has them. So, yes, I can see that then month after month after month pass, but I do see in April where he sends you an email and says to you, Bill, I am asking you nicely to please ship my items ASAP. You have been paid in full for them, and it is unfair to take the funds and not deliver the goods. Buy the boxes if needed. I will pay for them so the goods can ship. And you respond, getting boxes is no longer an option, right?
Right.
Okay. And then the next day, he writes you, below is the info I need to get the shipping arranged. Zip code at pickup. Is it commercial business or home business or residential? What is the length, width, height of the item and packing? What is the total weight? Do you answer that email?
Yes.
Can I see your response?
I have 56 pages of email around me.
Mr. Abrams, did you get a response to that email?
I don't believe so at that point, no.
What I'd like to see is when you started to ghost him, because according to him, you stopped responding to him. So if there's a response to the April 16 email, I would like to see it. According to him, do you hear from him in April?
I don't believe so. And there was intermittent occasionally.
June, July,
I think in August I finally
September.
I got him on a phone call. I blocked my number and I managed to get him. I remember I was riding my bike and I was like, okay, I'm calling California. And I finally got him. And he was like, okay, I'm going to get back to you in a week or 10 days and we'll resolve this. I didn't hear anything. And that's when I went to the Better Business Bureau. And only after I had a lawyer send a letter saying to try and resolve it amicably, I was willing to get my money back and finish this. If we can't ship it, that's fine. Just send the money back. And then finally, I said, I don't know what else to do. I'm going to go to small claims court.
What I need from you, Mr. Ketterer, I need some proof that, because you're saying, well, I couldn't get boxes, and now it's too late to buy the boxes. I'm with you. That's fine. I see an email from him saying, I'll handle all of it. All I need is this information so that I can handle it. And you are unable to be reached April, May, June, July, August. He reaches you finally in August and you talk to him and you say, I'll get back to you in 10 days. According to him, you don't. He has to send a lawyer letter. It's September. It's October. It's not until, I mean, how long, you know, you were completely absolved of the responsibility of getting heavy-duty boxes. He was no longer saying, you better get those boxes at your cost, mister. Nothing like that happened. All he said was, give me the information. I'll just pay for the boxes. I'll figure it. I need these 6 things from you. And you don't answer that. And then he keeps trying to call you.
He has all that
just
information.
Keep not getting. Oh, really? Okay, let me ask you a question. On what planet are you living that you think you're going to keep $2,850 paid to you a good 2 years ago and not deliver it to him? He is paying for shipping. He'll pay for the boxes. He'll arrange it all himself, but he can't get through to you. And then all of a sudden, your response is, yeah, but Judge, when in October he tried to get the money back from my wife's account, I decided that's it. You have forfeited your right to the furniture. That's what you say in your answer to the complaint. How do you figure? How do you figure when I'm reading this email where he agrees to every one of your demands? Okay, fine, forget it. You don't box it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure everything. Just give me the info so I can get it done. And then you just stop answering his calls. No, Mr. Ketterer, I am ordering you to return the $2,850. I am ordering you to pay prejudgment statutory interest since the time that you received the money. And I am ordering you to pay the man's court costs. Okay? Because this needed to have been taken care of, and it is clear to me that the disconnect is on your part and not on his. You got his money, and it didn't matter anymore. He was totally willing to go by whatever demands you made. This email is the proof of it, okay? So who am I going to believe, you or my lying eyes? I'm going to believe my eyes. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, the plaintiff prevails in this case. Mr. Ketterer, you just had quite a little lecture there from the judge. What are you thinking?
I don't agree. We bent over backwards to try to get these in. We have 5-star rating on all the platforms we sell on. We have no reason to keep anything of anybody's. It takes up space in the warehouse. When you sell something, we try our best to get it out. All they had to do was have a freight company call and say, hey, we're picking up his chairs. It was that easy. Plycon could have had them there to him in a few weeks. Yes, sir.
The judge read to you an email from him where he offered to do all of that. And
right. My wife's looking for the
response.
That's
what cost you the case. That's what cost you the case. You know, that's why you lost. It doesn't make you look so good on television. Sorry about that, but that's your fault. Anyway, you got to pay him back. You're going to send him the money, $2,850 plus court costs.
Yep.
Mr. Abrams, how are you feeling right now?
Glad it's over. I love the furniture. Sad I don't have it, but at least I get my money back.
All right. I wish you were getting the furniture, but hey, you're getting the money, and that'll be okay. All right, that'll wrap it up for this. This is really an amazing case, Harvey. What do you think about this one?
Okay, Doug. Well, look, in a situation like this is really interesting. When you buy something that needs to be shipped, you got to make it clear before you make the deal who's paying for shipping, who is arranging shipping. And that is critical because you know what? There have been so many cases where the object is not the issue, like in this case, the furniture. The issue is who's responsible for shipping. Get it done up front.
I would love to know why Judge Millian sneezes so many times in a row. She has had several sneezing fits of 10+ sneezes back to back. Very odd. What do you think about that, Malin?
I don't know why it happens, but it happens, and it's murder on the expressway because every time you sneeze, you close your eyes.
It's time-consuming,
so I'm like this on the expressway.
Yeah, I just have to say, par is 9. That's her normal number, is 9 sneezes. So occasionally it's a little bit less, occasionally it's a little bit more.
It's been that way my entire life.
9.
One time it was 22. But
22.
it was artificially caused because there was like a bath bomb and it was 100 years old, but I didn't know that. It was pulverized, so I went and I sneezed forever. I thought I was going to die. And but my mother does that.
It's definitely, there's a genetic
I guess so.
Because
my niece
I've noticed
does that.
Your mother does it. And
my niece Michelle does that.
One of our kids sneezes multiple times.
Which one of our kids sneezes multiple times?
I think it's the oldest, Christina. It's always like twice for her.
Yeah, but twice. It's not like...
But no, the other ones are just one time.
Yeah.
But we don't really know the answer to
we don't know. It's one of life's mysteries.
We're holding out hope for a cure. I'm starting a GoFundMe page, okay? And we're going to see if we can maybe have a telethon, right? A sneezing telethon or something. But just one of those things you got to put up with.